It's the Mac Show, live from the W Hotel in downtown San Francisco, wrapping up today's activities at the Macworld Convention and Exposition. Now, back to the show with Sean King and Hillary Percy.
Cue the audience. Folks, welcome back to the Mac Show. We appreciate everyone being here in the studio and online. Again, as always, send me email at onair@macshowlive.com. Our special guest today is the inimitable Bob Levitus of the Houston Chronicle. Bob, how you doing?
I'm excellent. And you?
I am good. Thank you very much.
This is so weird doing the Mac Show live in the same room as you.
We always do it
in the same room as you guys. I'm usually in another country.
You just told us a very funny story. You were the first guy to talk to two head Apple people immediately after the keynote.
Yes, that's true. I had the first appointment, 11 o'clock.
With who?
With John and Avi.
They're
the vice presidents, you know, hardware and software.
That's right.
Hardware and software. They're the hardware and software guys, and they're, you know, after Steve and Phil, let me show you the Pentium versus the G4 Schiller. After those two, they're probably the two heaviest hitters around. So I get these, you know, because I'm a big-time newspaper columnist, I get these personal interviews with heavy-hitting Apple executives after each keynote. And I go into the room, and here's, you know, they've got 17 Apple PR people buzzing around, and, you know, the scene. And I go, you guys, wait, give me 2 minutes, okay? Hand me that titanium thing and just let me drool on it for a moment.
You wanted to be alone with it for a couple minutes before you talk to them, right?
I'm going to fondle this now. You might want to look away.
I said, I know this isn't very professional or journalistic, but I'm just going to stand here and drool on this for a moment. Then we can have an interview.
What about the physics of it? Does it look like it's going to get fingerprinty and grimy?
Oh, who cares?
All right, I'm sorry, stupid question.
If it can be cleaned, you know?
Or sandblasted, you know?
Right. Who cares?
Is the titanium PowerBook the sub-notebook that people wanted Apple to build?
I don't know about people. It's the sub-notebook I wanted Apple to build. You know, I've been screaming for years, VAIO, 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 VAIO. You know, I have all these friends that don't know better that run Windows on VAIOs. And the VAIO is sweet, you know, that form factor is sweet.
Yep.
Now, I am willing to take on an extra pound and a half or so for that widescreen display.
So when are you getting your titanium?
It's in the mail.
Oh.
No, actually, the nice people at Apple. This is one of the benefits of being a newspaper columnist is I will have one to review as soon as they're available. So I'll be one of the first people to actually fondle on a regular basis a titanium PowerBook. But the interesting thing is, they only send them for like 2 or 4 weeks when it's something like that everybody wants. You know, he's going to be begging for one, and there's all these other guys that they're all, I want one. I'm going to do a review for this website. That's right. I'm doing a website for the macthing.com. Yep. Can I borrow one? You know, so yes, they are very, you know, they don't, I won't get to have it very long. It'll be a very short romance.
So doing a product review for the Mac Show might be out for that one.
I think it'd be out. I think it'd be pretty much out.
No, I think you could probably get your name on the list. You know, Apple. There's only so many units in the loan pool, and I've still got
my name on the list for the LC, so I'm pretty much hopeless on that one.
No. They told me you're about to get your Performa that you requested.
5400. Sweet. What about the other products that Apple sort of announced and upgraded? What do you think of the new towers?
There's nothing faulty about those towers. You have to look at the high end. You have to look at the 733 with the Super Drive and say, I have seen the future of hubs. You know, it's like I used to think hubs were boring until I saw Steve's keynote. Now all of a sudden I get it. It's like the Mac is in the middle. You know, you want to make some movies, the Mac is in the middle. If you want to get on the internet, the Mac is in the middle. You want to have a handheld device, the Mac is the intermediary. And all of a sudden, when I saw the make a DVD that your mother could do, I went, oh, yes. And all of a sudden, Apple isn't really necessarily a computer company anymore. Now they're consumer products, consumer electronics company. What do they sell? They sell the DVD maker.
Yep.
You know, and if you look into the crystal ball into the future, DVD players are now $99 at Best Buy, and there's, 100 million of them out there. Everybody's got a DVD player, and the ones that don't will have one by the time we can afford DVD burners. So look out a year and a half. It's like Apple's in the consumer electronics business. Oh, by the way, you get a perfectly serviceable Macintosh computer.
Thrown in for the bargain.
Yeah, right. You get a perfectly serviceable Macintosh computer, but, by the way, if you just want to make some great DVDs, this is it. And I am jazzed, and I'm happy to say I feel better about Apple now than I did last week.
Really?
So you've
lot
actually
better.
You've brought up yourself then that Apple's kind of made a shift in the market for their own image almost.
Don't you think so? Don't you think the shift to burning media is a shift away from being just a computer maker to a solution provider? It's like, I'm not giving you a camera, I'm giving you a toolkit to create beautiful visuals. Apple isn't anymore just giving you a computer and some ideas or tools. They're giving you a complete solution to make a CD or a DVD. And that is something that's like one of those, it's a solution we didn't know we were looking for, but as soon as you see it, you go,
boy, I didn't know I needed it.
Duh.
I need it really badly.
Doesn't everybody, who was at the keynote? Everybody was at the keynote, right? After the keynote, didn't you think, well, I want to make a DVD, and I bet my dad would like a DVD, and then once I make my dad a DVD, I bet you he'll think, I wonder if I could make a DVD. And it's like, this is totally viral when people start seeing cool stuff that normal people can do, and it looks that good and that easy. So look at how good those DVDs that are done with those templates are.
Yeah. It's surprisingly
Totally
classy. Yeah.
looking.
They're really cool.
That's Steve, Yep. Steve is, he's, and I heard him even say during the keynote, oh, we don't like that one, so you can bet you won't ever see it again. It's been
Steved.
It's been Steved. That's right.
So do you think that a lot of the stuff that he was saying about this shift in image, is that going to satisfy some of the analysts out there in terms of where Apple's going and the economy? And
have you ever noticed, there's two things about analysts I'd like to mention. The first thing is,
family show. Okay.
The first thing is, have you ever noticed that the first four letters of analyst are anal?
Okay, next point.
And the second point is, okay, now, it's last year. Apple stock is at $55. It's split 2-for-1 this year. We've had 11 consecutive profitable quarters. Okay, we are a very esteemed company in the investment community, and every analyst on Wall Street has us rated as a buy or a strong buy. Okay, now we say, excuse me, oh hell, oh heck. Are we on a delay? I hope.
It's delayed,
it's okay. We'll cut that out in
stop
post.
it. So it's a moot point.
But you know what? The good news is the FCC isn't on the internet.
Who gives a damn? Exactly.
They're not on the internet. So the second thing is, okay, these analysts are all buy, Apple's great, Apple's great. They make this little announcement. They go, we're not going to meet our numbers for the next quarter.
Right.
And the next morning, all of them are going, sell, sell, sell. Now, the stock then plummets $30.
Yep.
It goes from 55 to 20. And these guys are saying sell, sell, sell. Now, my question is, if yesterday it was a strong buy at 55, isn't it a steal at 22? And isn't it a rocking awesome bargain at $16.75? Well, I'm going to tell you this, and I'm going to tell this. This is on the air, okay?
Live.
I bought more Apple stock this morning at $16.75 because after seeing the keynote, I honestly believe Apple has seen a light that Compaq can't see and that Gateway and Dell can't see.
Yeah.
This is not something that Gateway or Dell could put together, or Compaq.
Because Gateway and Dell, all they're doing is thinking about making the box, making the physical box. That's all we do is making the box.
They don't own, they're not vertically integrated.
Right.
They don't own the process from tip to tail.
And I can guarantee you that at noon, on Tuesday afternoon, the vice president of marketing at Compaq called up the CEO of Compaq and went, oh, man,
We've got to do
We
this.
gotta talk.
screwed.
No, we've got to do this. And here's the thing. They all will, and it'll be really mediocre. It'll be not the right experience.
Yeah, but Apple's
And we'll
blazed
be-
the trail with that.
We'll be a year ahead ahead.
Absolutely.
And the thing is, in this case, Apple has a clear advantage because they're vertically integrated, because they own the operating system and the hardware and the application. They are in a really unique situation. They can make this stuff really work great, and it's simple enough for mother-in-laws. Yeah. Okay, they can do that. Compaq can't.
Now we finally got a release date for OS X. Will this one slip?
Well, I predicted April 4th.
That's right.
And so March 24th is only 2 weeks before that. Will it slip? No.
Really?
I think it'll ship on the 24th, but it might be beta 3.
Something will come out on the 24th. But the availability in stores, $129. Was that the one thing Apple had to say about OS X? He didn't have to do the demo or anything else they got. All he had to do was say delivered on the 24th.
I thought it was brilliant of him to show the Apple menu and the pop-up menus and the dock, and the fact that those are well-publicized things that people have been complaining about OS X. And he really made, I thought, a really good statement of, hey, look, we're listening to you. We're not. Yeah. I'm not going to force you to eat the dock if you don't want to eat the dock.
Yeah.
Classic Menus had 30,000 downloads. There's 60,000 copies of the beta. Do the math. We get it,
That's right. Folks, unfortunately, we run out of time. We love talking to Bob Levitus, Houston Chronicle. Thanks very much, Bob Levitus, for joining us.
What did I win?
And it's always great to have Bob here. Stick around. We have more stuff happening. Going to be talking to Edgar Matthias. Right after this, though, will be Chris Knight from Escape Labs. Stick around because you're listening to The Mac Show, broadcasting live from Macworld San Francisco.